Can't see anywhere to make food for this place, though. I can see grain. But nowhere that actually takes grain and turns it into food nearby. Getting food to here is going to be difficult. Is there a way to turn the wind down? Jeez, you moaners. Sound effects, does that do you? It's just windy up here. Next to the oil. Wait, what? The one with the train line. Oh, that one. So food into there, grain into there, food out of it and back here. And that could use the line. There's definitely a good setup though. But it will take... To set that up, I don't know. We're talking a few million for that. Can I turn my voice down? I can, yeah. How was that? Now, if any of you can lip read, you'll know what I just said. I'll leave that as a piece of homework for somebody. If you can tell me correctly what I said. 266 units, 32% transported. I think we're ready for another train. What did he say? Well, you have to tell me. Interesting. So everything we're producing, we're transporting, but that's not a surprise here. However, it is capable of turning over a lot more. Same with this. Yeah, so we're going to need some more fuel. Cars, we're producing a lot of fuel here that's sitting around. But it is a bit of a buffer at the moment. By the time more comes in, I should be okay. We need more, another train, oil train. That's what we need. Another one of these. Or a faster, bigger train would do. I didn't actually say that easy trip, but I wish I had. Hey, Wyland. No, you tell me, Danny G. I'm not telling you what I said. You have to figure it out. I didn't say that either, Fire Ram. I wish you could get oil pipes, Whiteland. But then we wouldn't have expensive, wonderful choo-choos. I mean, oil pipes are nice and efficient, but you can't compare it to this. The wood-burning steam train with the guy in the back. That could be you, Whiteland. That could be you on the back just going, why doesn't somebody build pipes? The guy in the train's fearless. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so the money's going in the right direction slowly. Kind of boinked up a bit. That's financially doing quite well. I might take another $500,000 out and have another one. I think we can. Oh, hello. The Russian class GV and the St. Petersburg streetcar. That's a tram, which we don't use yet. Pi or not? Thank you, 25 months. Let's have a look at this. Oh boy, that's a big difference. Okay, so this is the train we have, which does 45 Ks and 26 tractive effort. This is the one that we got offered, which is hardly any better, but this one, look at the tractive effort on this one. Almost double. Which means it can pull more cars, move more stuff. The downside is it costs 100 grand a year to run it, and it costs almost triple that bad boy. But what we could do is we have an option now. We either add another existing train or we bring those two in and add more cars onto it. It would be cheaper at the moment to just add another train, I think. The running costs alone. We could probably add 2 trains. So I think what we do is we get a bit more money. Raise some finance. Add another train. Yep, I agree. More trains is the better answer. But I think, you see, it's things like that that people who struggle with the game, they don't pay attention to those details. They don't pay attention to, like, particularly the running cost, but also what are you actually getting for your money? I think you can, Mikkel, but I don't know what the benefit is. So, for example, if you go to configure one of these, you could probably add one of those, and then add another one, and then add your cargo. So, hang on, let's have a look at this. So if we have just one of those, it's on excellent, right? It becomes poor when we add... Jeez, it never becomes poor. Look at that. Wow. That's impressive. There you go. So it goes from good to mediocre when you add the 4th one. If we add another locomotive... It's still good at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, it quite literally doubles its capacity. But don't forget, you're doubling your running costs and everything. So you might as well just run 2 trains. What? You know, why would you have a super long one with 2 locos and instead of just running 2? It's interesting because in an ideal world, we want this stored here to be never hit 0 like it just did. Because that way it's always got raw materials. Signaling issues, or you can't double the track. I don't know. Sorry, hey Edwards, I missed something. What's your question? The track's doubled with signaling on it. That definitely needs a 4th train. Use longer trains when the track gets too busy with more trains. At the moment, we can go up to 120 meters in length because that's the length of that platform. Any more than that, we'll have to expand the platform. So when we buy a train, it tells us the length of it here. So as long as we don't exceed 120 meters, like that will fit in our platform, that won't. See, it hits 0 and there's not even a train in sight. I reckon we probably need 5 or 6 on here. Right, there's definitely not enough fuel cars. We need to find somewhere else to start selling fuel to, because once we really get this going, there'll be so much fuel coming out of here that we won't be able to move it into Shanghai. So, looking around, I don't really see a destination for fuel. The alternative is to start finding a destination for the oil. In fact, I can't see a single city that needs fuel apart from that one. Danny, enjoying Transport Fever videos. Did you start making YouTube videos before streaming? Yes. Oh, hang on, they want it. Feels bad. Feels bad, want it. It's not a million miles away. It's doable by train. It's not exactly the best terrain, though. We'd have to go around this. Or through it. Actually, Whiteland, you can do plastic. I've got plastic in, like, ready to go later. Hang on. Lost it now. What was it? Wasn't it here somewhere? There it is. Yeah, listen to the plastic refinery. Squeaky, squeaky. So we can make plastic. We can't make batteries. Yes, there are cargo planes. Your airports can have, like, passenger terminals and cargo terminals, and you can configure it how you want. So getting a train into Shanghai and heading off in that direction is going to be very, very entertaining. Can you take food from Shanghai and bring back crude oil from Pyongyang? Can you take food from Shanghai? You mean from here? And bring back crude oil from Pyongyang? It's a long way. The problem is the if we did it by train, the consist would have to change. So you're not going to get paid both ways, I don't think. Because you'd need this for the oil and fuel. And you would need that for the grain. You need a gondola for grain. And what you could do is like half and half it. So have 4 cars with a gondola, 4 cars with a tank car. So that way you're always getting paid either direction. But is that better than taking the whole lot in one direction and not getting paid on the way back? I don't know. Because Whiteland, I chose a tropical environment, so we've gone with an Asian setting in a tropical environment. Oh, Stratman, thank you for 30 months. I think it's easier to get that food into here, you know. Okay, we're starting to make profit now. Profit that's allowing us to buy more trains without borrowing more money, which is good. Mixed trains look pretty sweet, they do. You got the perfect name for your railroad, Silk Road. Thank you, Jim. So I think that's okay for now, but honestly, I am worried about all this oil that we're going to be bringing in. And we need to find a new home for it. We can't just use fuel. And looking around, I don't see anything that's consuming oil nearby. Which is a problem. So maybe we are going to have to ship the fuel that way, or we're going to have to go to Fieldsbed.
Welcome back, Nato.
At least if we start taking fuel to here, we can reuse the line for passengers. But I don't know if that's better than developing this. Yeah, we've still got some loan left. Let's see how well they're doing. So the buses are making 14 grand. It's still a profit. Food's making 50k. That Shanghai grain run's doing well. Yeah, they're still depleted. Meanwhile, these guys have not got fuel standing around anymore. In fact, they've got a queue of vehicles waiting. So that's good. It means we can still scale this thing. Thanks. What we really need is an upgraded truck from a basic horse and cart. I can't remember what year we get it. I think it might be like 1890s before we actually get a diesel car. You hear, Doyle? So do my neighbours. See, if you look at the income versus the expenditure on this, it's not. I mean, I'm about to say it's not huge. It is double. You double in the cost in profits. It's probably about 40% profit. But I am wondering if we had a bigger train with more cars, whether that would be a better option. In the old game, you found it was more efficient to run fewer longer trains than smaller with more. The reason that worked, JK, was because TF1 was very dependent on frequency of service. Industry really got, quite annoyed if you didn't bring a train there frequently. I think now with TF2 it's not so bad. But we'll have to find out. Look at the heck, man. Where's she got this from? What Mrs. Squirrel's made? Seriously? She just brought me this biscuit with my cup of tea. I'm now supposed to eat a Doyle biscuit? Almost, Viking. We've finished the main story arc. We've just got to finish the epilogue. Thank you for 32 months, Doc Holiday. Biohazard Walker back with 5. And that is a headshot. This is good. The numbers are like almost halfway. Double damage right there. Okay, that's working pretty well. Let's see what's going on here. They're getting 54 out of 75. Oh dear. Our supply of fuel is already kind of maxed out, look. So yeah, that's not going to scale very well. Yes, Ben. Hmm. I could see a nice industry here, look. Iron ore and coal into the steel mill, produces steel. Steel comes into the factory, but it also needs planks. And for that, you've got wood into the sawmill, planks into the factory, produces goods, and the goods can be sold to Ankara and probably somewhere else. So yeah, there's a nice little loop there. We just got to sell the goods, that's all. Doc Holiday, are your neighbours not fond of Lord Doyle? They're fine. It's just that I don't like him barking all the time, you know? There's a lot of wood here. Like 4 lots of wood right there. I think I like this run. I want to develop this run. And at some point, I'd like to have a train line that goes and uses that and takes passengers up to Shanghai from Pyongyang. That'd be great. Oh, yeah, there's planks there as well. So you can take planks to here and here. In fact, that's an easier run, isn't it? You can go logs into there, planks out of there, into here, produces machine tools, which come straight back to Ankara. You can almost loop that. Mr. Hambone, love this game. Watching the old VOD's so satisfying when you get lines going. Yeah, it is. Like, the money's starting to come in now. Look at this. Woohoo! Whoosh! I don't believe raw materials ever dry up now. I don't think they do change the goods. I'm not sure, though. I haven't played it enough. So if we have a train station around here somewhere, we need to bring in construction material. Probably train that to there. Let's have a look at the console. Yeah, it's possible to get a train line through that gap when we want to go here, because the construction materials can be sold there as well. I think the first line we set up is construction materials and sell it to this city and this city. That'll get them starting to grow. But keep in mind, we want to have a passenger run between the two. So we want stone coming into here, and then materials going there, and then a passenger run between the two, with a bus service on each one. And that should be a nice line. Problem is, we're going to need a few million to do it. No, the loans don't auto-repay as far as I can tell. We owe 5.5 million, so you just have to keep sort of doing that. I don't know of an option where you can auto-repay loans. It's very hard to see elevation changes at times. I think once you zoom in, you can see the lines. It's when you're zoomed out, you can't really see it. But yeah, I kind of wish they'd use color a bit more. You see how they've got green here? I kind of wish they'd just gradiate the color a little bit and then when you're at this level, you can still get a kind of a feel for it. I don't know why. I don't know why they have such a weird scale. All right, well, the good news is construction materials come in on this side, so we don't even need to transport it. We just bring it in on a train and dump it right here. Let me get over to this side. Same thing, really. If you have a road, if you smash a road there and build a station here, that should hit that lot, I think. So this will be definitely a terminal. New vehicle. That looks like a passenger car. The Russo Bolt. Let's see. Cargo station will have... We'll have 2 tracks. Actually, no, we'll have 1 track. We'll have 1 track for now. We'll add another track later. And we'll do it as a terminus like that. I was hoping I can get away with 1 building. Oh, you scumbag. Whoa, 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 whoa. Did you see that? I built a tiny piece of the road and the game just went boom. It just built loads of stuff. It even built that. City planners just went, right. That was very unexpected. It's good in some ways, but not so good in others. Like, that's kind of in the way now. See, I need to make sure we have room to expand this thing. Okay, so the downside of building here is if you look at the catchment area for the construction material, it doesn't really hit where we want, you know? Like, there's all this that we want to hit, and it only kind of hits some of it. It does hit some of the food as well, but it's not as good as I'd like it to be. I wonder if we was to build a road, if we was to extend this road, I wonder if that would affect it. It does actually. There we go. So that hits a bit more if we do that. That's pretty cool, actually. That massively improves the catchment of the station, whilst giving us room to expand here. And we don't need it yet, but we could, for example, add a tram station like that, or bus tram station here. But that costs a lot of money, so we're not doing that yet. So the only thing I don't like about that road is it's going to limit us to build out this station. Unless we build it that way. Actually, we can build it that way. It's no biggie. It's fine. Dark Holiday, thank you for gifting 5 subs, so that's very kind of you. Please give him a thank you if you were lucky enough to get a sub. Appreciate the support, sir. They seem relaxed about planning rooms. That's because they know it's El Squirrelo.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Okay, so while this is going on, we need to think about this thing. So on a line coming in, it's going to probably come round that thing, I think.
Welcome back, Nutter.
The line comes around this. We'll leave the option to build that later. But this line's going to kind of smash through that way.
Welcome back, Nutter.
So I think what we'll do is build this line first.
Welcome to the Nut House.
And this is going to have to cross in and then jump off, I think. But also later I want to have a train line going off to Shanghai. So
Welcome to the Nut House.
and that food grain thing's lucrative. So maybe we'd go that way. In which case maybe we want a terminus here like that. And then something down here. I wonder if you can, like, is it worth bridging that, do you think? It's probably like, probably won't be able to. Nope, not going to happen. A street's more expensive than country roads of the same size. Yeah, they cost a bit more because the tarmac, so they're a bit quicker. Tell you what, let's double track this. Oh, the Class B. 50Ks. Cost $873,000. Don't think we can tunnel it. It doesn't. There's not enough room. It needs quite a long stretch to tunnel it deep enough. That's the lowest it'll let me go. You'd have to basically move this line over here to do that. Tunnel the first line. Well, this one. Why? Isn't it just going to slow the whole line down just to speed up the coal, the stone? That doesn't make any sense. I'd rather have a slow stone line and a fast main line. All we've got to do is just dump them onto this track and then turn off.
Happy anniversary.
It's fine.
Nutter.
we join the main track here. Like that. So as long as that section's long enough, which that's 120 meters, which means that's about 120 meters-ish. I think that's long enough. Maybe we'll make certain of it. Oh man, that kink. See, dogs out barking again. There we go. So you've just got a short contended block, that's it. Doing this will make all the trains a lot slower than rebuilding that line as a bridge or a tunnel. No, you're wrong. Doing this means you've got one contended section, right? And if something comes through, it'll slow the train down, sure. As opposed to a large cargo train having to go down a hill and then go back up a hill. And it'll take it a long time to accelerate back up to main speed. So I think this is better. It depends how many trains you run on the line, of course. If we see a problem, we'll change it. So we want that and that. I wish it would show you the blocks like Factorio does. It makes it so much easier. Doc Holiday, been using Door to convince my wife to get a Westie for 2 years. Still don't have one. I shouldn't laugh, but honestly, if Doyle can't convince her, I kind of think you've got no chance. Maybe offer a nice holiday to Tenerife instead. Just go for full-on bribery. See if that works. It's going well. Well, thank you, Tekken. If you only have one or two, it might be okay, but you're concerned about the momentum and stopping is much worse than having to wait, go up a final gradual hill. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Like I say, we can always change it. It does depend on how much we run on the line. I wish there was a way of prioritizing signals, though. So you could say, this is the main line, have priority over anything else. I don't know. I don't think it's possible. Okay, slow it down to normal speed for a sec. Right, so stone can come into here, construction materials to here. In fact, we can get this line running now. We may as well, because that way we can start it, and then we'll finish this section off in a minute. We may as well start selling goods. You can do it by only signals on one of the crossings. No signals on the other gives it priority. But if you don't have signals on the other, you can't have more than one line, more than one train on the line, can you? Because the whole thing will just be one block. You think I'm putting them too close together? If you consider that the longest train I can make, given that platform length, is 120 meters, that section easily fits into these blocks. In fact, they're more like 180 meters, probably. If I change that to 240 meters, yeah, so the 160 at least, which is more than capable of what we need right now. If we get trains longer than 160, I'll destroy some signals. But yeah, more signals means higher upkeep cost, but also you can take more trains on the line because they can use the blocks more efficiently. Now, where do we want to put this thing? I think out here is fine. Somewhere out of town. Right, one-way signals. One thing I've never liked about Transport Fever is this. In order to see the signals properly, you need to be at this zoom level. But the moment you go to this zoom level, they're very, very hard to see. So I can't put them down. I have to keep doing this in order to check where they are so I can put the next one. It's like, why can't you just let me see them properly at this level? Right, let's get the... If you've got TF1 already, it definitely improves on a lot of things. And if you've got it on Steam, on TF1 on Steam, you can get TF2 50% off on Steam at the moment. I don't know if that's a pre-order discount or not. If you have TF1 in your library, you can get TF2 for half price. If you don't have TF1, run the TF2 command and you can get, can't remember how much % off if you use the code at Games Planet. Wait, I thought it was 50%. Oh, 25% off. Right. Yeah, you're right, yeah. 25% off. If you don't have TF1, you can buy it via my Games Planet link, and I think that's probably the cheapest you can find. Right, let's do this. Coal trains. No, it's stone trains, not coal trains. Stone trains. So what was that new train? Class B was it? So that was a 50 kilonewton. That's a 60 kilonewton. Yeah, this is more of a goods vehicle, look. So it has a slightly lesser top speed, but it has more pulling power. But it costs a cool 873,000. Maybe we could run the stone train off one of those. I don't know. But for that kind of money, we can run multiple of these. Because that is an expensive train. Yeah, if you look, Nikki, when you click on the link to Games Planet, if you look, Games Planet always tells you what the key is for. So it'll say Steam key, or it'll say Uplay key, or it'll say Origin key. In the case of Transport Fever 2, I'm pretty certain it says Steam key. It said it was 5% off you. Yeah, use the link, Sneaky Ninja. Use that link there, put in Fever 5, and you get 17% off TF2. But it's not a pre-order bonus. You can do that till the end of the year. So if you're getting some money at Christmas or something, you can still use it.
Welcome back.
Let's get one of these. And we probably want... yeah, a gondola. Jeez, this thing offers mediocre performance. Like, all the way up to 120 meters. That's nuts. Takes, just over a minute to get up to 50Ks. That's not bad. 3.7 million. Ouch. Davs, thank you for 10 months. There's no way. I'm not spending 3 odd million. That's insane. Okay, Mrs. Don't. When I build a passenger train, I'll route it up to Scotland for you. I need to borrow money. I hope this can pay for itself. I really do. That's an expensive train right there. Carry as little debt in the game as possible. Always pay down on your loans. Yeah. I just forget, JK. I know I should. I just forget. I've been charged 50 grand a year or whatever it is. Did that bird just run through that rock and then disappear? That's amazing. So then we want a train line that goes, let's see, Pyongyang. Is it going to be construction material? Conmet trains. That's going to go from here to here. Now, I think they're okay sharing the same platform. We can always build more if we need it. Why the train's driving on the right, Ajax? Why does it matter? Fix the bracket. What bracket? What bracket? Yes, you can ride the train. So if you click on a train, you can either click that to follow it, or you click this to go first person, and then you can look around. Like that. In the line manager. Jeez. Okay. It's fixed. OCD! Man, you guys are easy to wind up. The music currently playing can be stopped or changed at any time. I was just thinking how much I was enjoying the music. Yeah, say exactly, Lord Sokyo. Right, so we're going to need to get more money out on a loan again to pay for another train. How big was that one? Now, if I duplicate this train, so I can't change its line, can I? Actually, it's got 8 cars. It's fine. We'll just buy it. I believe that's 1-to-1 ratio. So if we're bringing in 8 cars worth of stone, we should be able to get 8 cars worth of material. Okay, how full are you? Oh, that's not bad. That train's at full speed, look at that. It's nice. Okay, that's turning it into material. Look. I mean, when it says construction material, couldn't it just say bricks? Because it's clearly bricks. I can see the train, see it there. By the time it gets here, there should be plenty of stuff available for it. That takes a while to convert. Right, okay. Doesn't matter, but for British it makes sense to let them drive on the left. We're not in Britain though, JK, are we? We're in Asia. Hoping he's got a full load now, he has. Oh, look at that. Just about breaking even more. Be cool if industry changed through the years. If they did that, they'd have to start sort of getting rid of certain things, and then all your linkage would have to change. It could be painful. It will be challenging for sure. I swear that just built a road there. Okay. To get tracked down that direction. Need to get the materials into this bit, so maybe... Cargo terminus, is that what we want? Actually, might be a better building. We're in Sandbox Taipan. We generated the world at the start of the stream. I'm tilting towards a through station here, just because I don't want to restrict what we do later. We might want to go up to look now. So I'm just kind of wondering if, rather than do the original thing, maybe if we do this, and then build a station like that, it'll still hit this industry, but it'll give us more options. So later on we can carry on, put a through line in there. Cool. I just spotted a problem though. We're going to have to build another station, another platform here, because this one, we can't turn stuff around. What we can do is just extend that. And then build a cargo terminus like that. As long as it lights up when you click on it, you know it's going to get catchment. Alright, JK. Come on, scumbag game. There we go. Does anyone know if in TF2 the train struggles to pull load? Can you double head the trains to give it more traction? Yeah, we just went through all that about 40 minutes ago when we configured a train, and I put so many units on, and if I put an extra loco on there, it basically becomes mediocre twice as late. So yes, it works. But you'll have twice the running costs, so. Ho Chi Minh. Blimey. Ho Chi. Combat trains. Right, let's see how we're getting on for money. It's got 27 materials waiting for it. Oh look, my train's here. It should move up to here and then wait. You sure you might be at Truck Fest? Possible. Man, this train is not exactly making loads, is it? So this thing is breaking even because it really is half full. Like, this is not getting enough stone. Even though its production's pretty high, 2/3 of it is being shipped. Could be a problem. What does the campaign do different to the sandbox? So the campaign is more of a structured thing. It takes you to different places around the world. If you've watched my playthrough series, it gives you very specific missions and scenarios, whereas the sandbox is you generate the kind of world you want, the size that you want it, the biome that you want it, and how much industry and stuff, and then you just generate it and play on it. You set the difficulty level, you set the start year, and off you go. The campaign is just kind of a series of missions that takes you through the generations. You look like it's 2 stone to 1 brick. It doesn't really say that though, does it? It's really annoying. It doesn't say that, but I think you're right. Like, there are industries where it is 2 for 1, but it actually explicitly shows you that. I'm trying to think which one it is. Did you ever break up that meeting? Nope. Can't find it, NPR? Literally have no idea, mate. We are transporting 38%. We could easily add another stone train on this line. And I think we're going to have to. Otherwise, this line isn't going to be profitable. Because unless this train's full, it's not going to be profitable. And it won't be profitable unless we can get more stuff into here. Having said that, this is not dropping below 0. Mind you, that's still on its way out. Oh yeah, Benner, the workshop. I mean, the Steam workshop for Transport Fever is insane. The amount of vehicles and stuff people come up with. See, it still has stone at this point. That train is pretty much starting its return journey. It just doesn't seem to make it very quickly. There's only 19 there now. This is the wrong kind of train for this line. This is not making stuff anywhere near as quickly as we need it to. I don't know if TF1 workshop items are compatible with TF2. I have no idea. Will it increase production when you start taking it to the second town? It won't increase production until it levels up. You can see where it is on its leveling. Like, at the moment it's got 100 production. Once it levels up, it will double to 200. But until then, this line is going to be breaking even. This train just can't get enough. Although it's nearly full on that bit. Actually, it's nowhere near full. It's not even half full every time. And it still has raw material, look. So by the time this train gets here, I don't think this ever runs out of material. If I add another train in here, this won't make enough materials. Might be better just going for a passenger service instead. Yeah, look at this. Look at the amount of private vehicles. We need to have a bus service around here. No doubt about it. I'll put a road depot outside of town. The Damara Castle, the Asian horse-drawn carriage with side stakes, and the Asian flatbed horse-drawn carriage. Hello. So we've got these. Has a cargo capacity of 5. Okay, that's weird. So it's just a more specialized vehicle, but doesn't actually improve anything at all. Okay, if I understood that. Right, we need to build a bus route around here. So let's go for...
Happy anniversary, Nutter. Welcome back, Nutter.
new line. There we go. Put 5 buses on the line. That'll reduce the private transports and make us a little bit of money, get some passengers going. And when we bring the passenger line into here, we've already got a bus route going, so we can just reroute it. Although that scumbag's just built right next to us. Dude, you can't stay there, bro. Yeah, I'm waiting till we've got some more money for another stone train, because frankly, at the moment, we're not got enough money without borrowing more. So, the reason I'm reluctant to add another stone train is because this is not actually running out of raw material. So, if I add another train line here, we'll make money from it. Probably, actually, it's doing pretty well now. Actually, it was only breaking even before, so chances are we'll actually make some money. But this, until this upgrades, which it looks like it's going to upgrade fairly soon, at that point we'll add another stone line. This will then fill up, and then we'll start introducing that. And then when we've got that going, we can bring a passenger running. So we're just going to wait a little bit for that. Let's have a look at what's going on here. Okay, they're running out of raw material. Still, so that's no good. We're transporting everything we're bringing in. Exhausted vehicles should be maintained or replaced to avoid additional emissions. Yeah. Let's see what the town's doing. Okay, we can bring more fuel in. So yeah, we can bring more oil in. You get annoyed with the game for pause. Why? First industry upgraded. I'm guessing that was... Yep, there we go. So they've just expanded. That will now double production. Now 200. Which means, yes, now we need another stone train. Vehicle 6 is exhausted. I don't really want to like, I don't... Doesn't make any sense. Why the emissions on a horse go up when it gets older? What's going on? I doubt we can easily upgrade them. Replace selected vehicles. Configure maintenance for selected vehicles. Maintenance normal. Replace. It breeds faster. What are transporting grain? That doesn't take grain. Jeez, man, it's going to cost $500,000. Nah. Nah. We'll wait, thanks. We'll wait until it's basically, we've got a more serious upgrade than just replacing them with new horses for $500,000. Apparently we need race horses to move grain around. D-Dutch, thank you for 9 months. Twitch baby hype. Yeah, right now we need another stone train in the mix. So we're going to have to clone less. Which means more money. Yeah, Dutch wants the horses replaced. He's got a great plan, Mark. Yeah, it's now run out of raw material. Because it is processing a lot quicker. It's going to get to the point pretty quickly where we're going to need another platform. Just so we can isolate the construction material from the stone unloading. Otherwise they're going to waste a lot of time waiting around. Multiple vehicles are exhausted. How do you look at which ones are exhausted, I wonder? Age. 26 years. That is quite old for a vehicle, to be honest. It is going to keep nagging me, isn't it? The condition. What are you seeing that then? Where's the condition view? Oh, this one, sorry, yeah. It's a column. Very bad. Bad, very bad. So if we select all of these and tell it to just replace with the same thing for 500,000, meh. Ka-chink. This train here is getting mediocre. I think that was the original crude oil train that we made. Well, that's more like it. Now we're starting to get some serious construction material output.